Have you ever wondered why certain things take so long to happen in your life? It seems that while you pray, struggle, believe, time just passes, and nothing changes. The truth is that, often, God's silence confuses us, makes us think that He's forgotten us. But today I want to show you that God's silence is also an answer. Sometimes, God makes us wait because He is preparing us for something bigger. He uses the waiting time to mold our character, strengthen our faith, and teach us to fully trust in Him. And when the right moment finally arrives, we realize that the wait was worth it. Because God always has a greater purpose for our lives, even when we don't understand the reason for the wait. There is a set time for everything under the sun. In Ecclesiastes 3, the Word teaches us that there is a purpose for every season of our lives. It's no wonder you haven't yet achieved what you want so much. God doesn't work in our anxiety, He works in our growth. Sometimes waiting is a way of preparing us for something bigger. Patience is a virtue that brings us closer to God. When we trust in God's timing, we find peace. Waiting teaches us to depend more on Him and less on ourselves. And in the end, we realize that God's timing is always perfect. If you have been living through days of waiting, this message is for you. Stay with me until the end, because God wants to speak to your heart today. Sometimes waiting can seem endless, but it is in this time that God works in us. He shapes our character and strengthens our faith. Remember that God has a purpose for every moment of waiting. He prepares us for something bigger and better than we can imagine. Don't be discouraged. Keep trusting and praying. God is in control, and in His time, He will answer your prayers. Waiting can be difficult, but it is an opportunity to grow spiritually. Use this time to draw closer to God and strengthen your faith. Waiting can be one of the biggest challenges we face in life. But why does God make us wait? The answer may lie in the training we receive during this time. When we wait, we learn to trust God more. Our faith is strengthened and our patience is tested. Also, waiting teaches us to appreciate the blessings we receive more. When we finally achieve what we desire, the joy is even greater. So the next time you find yourself in a waiting period, remember that God is working in you. He is shaping your character and preparing you for something bigger. Waiting isn't easy, but it's necessary. Trust the process and know that God has a purpose for every waiting moment in your life. Look at Joseph in Egypt. He dreamed big, but before seeing his dreams come true, he went through rejection, slavery, and prison. He could have given up. He could have revolted, but he chose to trust. And when the right time came, God put him in a place he would never have imagined. Maybe your moment now is to plant, not to harvest. Maybe it's to cry and not to smile. God, in His infinite wisdom, prepares us in secret. That's why we need to trust. There's no point in trying to rush the clock. God's time doesn't follow our calendar, but He is faithful to fulfill every word released over our lives. And when His time comes, it will be so grand that you will understand that every tear, every prayer, every day of silence was worth it. Let heaven move over your life. Don't give up in the middle of the process. Waiting is not the end. It's just the preparation for a new beginning. Believe God is shaping you, strengthening your faith and establishing your story. If this message has blessed your heart, like this video, share it with someone who also needs to hear this, and subscribe to the channel to receive more messages that strengthen your faith. May God bless you mightily and fill you with hope. See you in the next video.